All right, welcome back to the Jurassic Thoughts podcast. Dan, how's it going, man?
I'm on top of the world right now, Sam. I'm sure you are as well. Big J's Game 7 win yesterday, and it was incredible. I was at the game. I was fortunate enough to have some pretty good seats, and let me tell you, they did not disappoint.
They really didn't. For those not watching on YouTube, I am wearing my Kevin Gosman Baby Blue jersey right now. This is actually take two. Me and Dan got cut 7 minutes in. I had to update my browser. So we have talked about it, and I'm more than happy to talk about it again because, yeah, like we were kind of saying off air, definitely the best Jays moment of our lifetime. And aside from 2019 Raptors, man, like this is Toronto-wise, man. This is in our life. That was it last night.
Incredible.
It was. Talk one more time about the Springer homer and just the atmosphere after that.
So, bottom of the seventh, second, third, one out. Springer comes up to the dish. Mind you, Jimenez just moved the runners over with a bunt, so that's how we had the out. I think the whole crowd knew something was going to happen. Whether we
that was the game.
This was the game.
Was the game
because our bats were asleep up until this point in time for the past 3-4 innings. So George comes up. I believe it was a 1-1 count, and as soon as he hits it, the crowd cheers because deep fly ball. We're thinking we at least get in one, puts us in another position to score. And as soon as the ball starts to descend, the whole audience goes silent for about 3-4 seconds. And when that thing lands, the crowd erupts, and I get taken off my feet by the guy behind me. Big guy lifts me up, and my dad is like just going absolutely ballistic. And my dad's a very stoic guy.
Yeah,
doesn't show a lot of emotion. So seeing him like that was just something special. But oh my God, unbelievable! And then for Hoff to come in, strike with the side in the bottom of the ninth, top of the ninth, it's not easy. So. Incredible game, incredible for the city. We look forward to watching them in the World Series.
I was at the Joey Bats game, so I kind of know what you experienced last night and how awesome that shit was. Me last night, I actually had class, so I'm like, thank God we had a guest speaker come in, and honestly, he wasn't a great presenter, so I was like, half listening, but also like eyes heavy on my screen. It's funny, the prof asked it's a 2.5 to 3 hour class, and she asked it was at like 9. The class goes from 7 to 9:40 or whatever, and she's like, we didn't get our break today. Do you guys want the break now, or do you want to just power through and get out of here like 10-15 early? And I was the first one to say, power through, let's get out of here early. So then I'm just VPNing my phone, watching the game on Sportsnet through the DC subways, and then walking from the subway to my apartment. And then I actually got here right for the 7th inning, so that was a pretty good omen. Nice. Stress ate a tiramisu so quickly. Like I inhaled that thing within like 30 to 45 seconds. And now I might have to eat one like every game at this point because as I was eating it, that's when the rally happened and Georgie hit that ball. So
can't break the chain.
What? Toronto's on fire. I'm coming home Friday. I can't wait. And our Raptors, we start tomorrow. NBA's back today. Here we go. And they were actually at the game last night. I know Scotty put I don't know if he did on the Raptors account or his account, but they were in like one of the boxes and going crazy. And it's awesome because obviously our Raptors team, all the holdovers are gone now from 2019. So it's pretty cool that they're seeing and realizing that Toronto's unreal sports city, and somehow every guy's been able to love that except for that pussy Mitch Marner. So there we go. Enjoy Vegas, Mitch.
You can enjoy Vegas, Mitch. It's a dangerous territory for you.
Yeah. Sorry, the Toronto fans and the media was too much for you, kid. But anyway, ricochet shot at Mitch. Had to get that off my chest to that's our hockey segment for the day. Yeah. Okay. Plan for today. We're going to recap the last 2 preseason games. We're going to talk about some mock trades. We're going to talk about some swing stats, basically some numbers that we think are going to be pretty vital to the team this year. And we're going to preview the overall season with some bold predictions, hot takes, as well as preview the first 2 games of the season, which are in Atlanta tomorrow night, and then Milwaukee comes to town on Friday. Sound good with you?
Sounds great.
All right. Celtics in Boston. Another furious Raptors comeback. Fell just short again. Or not again. They've actually been closing that stuff out all preseason. Yeah, Jakob was back, so we had our first look at the starting 5. What are your main takeaways or things you were noticing during that game?
Honestly, I don't think a whole lot's changed. Obviously, having Jakob there, the paint was a little more shored up. There was less drives from what I saw. He brings the presence to encourage more perimeter shooting and stuff like that. So that was nice to see. As we talked again off air, another underwhelming Scotty game. So not great. Granted, Celtics did start everyone, although Jaylen Brown only played 7 minutes.
Yep,
so there's
hamstring for him, there. So he left pretty early.
D. White popped, which was expected.
D. White.
I think he's going to be popping the whole year. So
I agree.
I'm a big fan of D. White, although he's on Boston. But
same. When we had that week or so during the summer when it was like Raptors interest in D. White, I was like, and that was still Masai. I was like, make that happen. Like he'd be awesome fit here. Yeah. Didn't really think we got that close considering Boston's, a rival, but love D. White, man, and I agree with you. I think he's gonna have an awesome year. Some things I noticed, sort of early predictable spacing issues with the starting 5. It's gonna take them a little bit of time, I think, to develop some chemistry and sort of figure out, and it looks like especially Scotty, because he again had a dud. I'm happy that Darko's like. Dude, some teams had like 3 preseason games, and we had 6. So I'm happy he sort of took them a bit seriously and got our starting 5 some real minutes early to try and hit the ground running this week. Yeah, I thought Pirtle looked a step slow, not unexpected. Yeah. It's his first game. He's been dealing with some back stuff. I'm not crazy worried about it, but just sort of a thing to keep. And also, he left the Brooklyn game with back spasms, so. Not a great start. They've said he's fine. I know he practiced, believe yesterday, and Darko says he'll be good to go for Wednesday. So not a huge concern, but something to keep an eye on. Dude, Mamu, man. I cannot be more of a fan throughout the preseason so far. He had this drive where it was on our side. It was on our half of the court, and we inbounded it to him, and he drove it the length of the court for like a contested layup, and he hit it. Yeah. He can attack. From what I've seen, man, he can attack a closeout and finish at the rim. Like, he's not just the stretch 5.
No, he's an offensive player, no doubt about it. Yeah. No,
I'm loving his minutes so far.
I'm a big if he pans out and what he's doing in the preseason translates to the regular season, that's a great signing, and he's going to be a serviceable player. We've already kind of mentioned in previous pods a little bit of our concerns on the defensive end and how we're going to play him, like with who, and he can't be the sole 5 out there, but he is a great offensive piece if we can somehow figure out something to hide him a little bit on defense, for sure.
We have one player over 6'9", so it's gonna. I mean, if Pirtle gets hurt, bro, we're in big trouble.
We're not looking
for
good
this season. Yeah. We're gonna talk Scotty more after the Nets game because he popped, and that was needed to see. But this another just. We're also gonna touch on that because wow, that's gonna be an interesting season down there in Brooklyn. But
under MPJ 35 a game.
Podcast or points.
Yeah, podcast you.
Yeah. MJ, fire that rock, kid. Or MPJ, keep firing, man. Yeah. Anyway, Scotty, weak takes again. contested jumpers, just really bad process. I don't think I've seen him hit a three this preseason. It's not looked great. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you what your. I'll ask you now because what was your panic level out of 10 before the Brooklyn game, Scotty Wise? Caveating that it is preseason, but it's just not been a good watch.
It never raised above 6 because I feel like he set enough of a floor to make us feel at least a little bit comfortable. He's still there, active on defense, but offensively, he just looks lost. He just doesn't know what's going. Like, I don't think he knows where he should be on the court. The shots are just awkward. He doesn't know how to like fill space properly. It's the first look at a brand new team with a lot of new guys playing with each other, but he's the cornerstone of our team, and for what he's done so far offensively, I would say it got to about a 6, and maxed out as much as it could have on preseason.
Right, I think that's a good point. Like we're not going to be a podcast that loses their shit in a preseason game or a couple bad Scotty games. For me, like we sort of talked about last time, it's just the process, man. Like you're a guy who you're built like a truck. You're a great, like getting to the rim. Like if you commit to it, you're a great player in getting there. When you see a little guy in front of you and you take some bullshit sidestep 2 or step back for a 3 that, you've been over 31% shooting threes once in your career, that's when we lose our shit because like we've seen you win Rookie of the Year. We've seen you be an All-Star. We know you can do it, but the process is just and like you said, we're incorporating BI. I understand that. Like I know it's going to take some time, but the Brooklyn game, which we're about to touch on, way better in that regard. But knowing it's preseason, I'd say a little higher than you. I was probably a 7, just because it's rare to see one of your, one or two best players. He's probably our best player, but be that bad in preseason. Yeah.
I think it'll be growing pains as the season continues, though. I don't think it was gonna ever be perfect because he didn't even know his offensive identity, even when these guys like Bino, quickly, these guys weren't even on the team. So,
right.
Yeah, like you said, it's a process.
Yeah. One big thing that also jumped out from me, I thought I was so impressed with Ingram's rebounding this game. He finished with a double-double, but he had some boards, man, that were contested, that he fought for. Really impressed with that, but albeit, do we want that from Brandon Ingram when we're trying to keep him on the floor for as long as we can this year? I'm not sure I want him, fighting the huge centers who have like 100 pounds on him to get boards.
But as you said yourself, we only have one guy over 6'9", so someone's got to do the dirty work. I don't mind him doing it. I like it. I think it's tenacious. I think he looks hungry to.
Dude, I love it. I love it until he comes down on a foot and he misses 10 games. Like we're gonna talk about Ingram's games played in the last couple years today, and he's obviously he's going to be key for us, man. And if he is playing games sort of like he has the last 3-4 years, he's going to be gone a big chunk of time, which might really sink our hopes of doing something cool this year.
Yeah, obviously first and foremost, we hope that he stays healthy, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell him don't rebound, don't put a less effort in.
Of course not. And again, I was impressed. I'm just remember this: if he gets a board and comes down on an ankle, or some huge center hits him in the face, like whatever, just
we can pull the clip.
I love it. Yeah, I love the energy, but BI need you on the court for as long as we can get you this year. Anything else in the Boston game? Oh, one last fucking thing.
Sure.
Joe Mazzulla, shut the fuck up, man. Yeah, like
you're a clown, bro.
Quickly hits a three. Shut the fuck up. And Mazzulla is just full of these corny ass quotes, and we get it, dude. Like, you got the chip. Each team you played, I know you kicked Dallas's ass. I mean, Luka, that was it for him basically in Dallas. Every other team lost their best player. You were a wagon that year. Props to you. You shoot a shit ton of threes. and that's why you lost to the Knicks this year. Oh, dude, I can't stand Missoula. That pissed me off when he told IQ to shut the fuck up. I think Quick said on, I think it was Instagram, like, LMAO love Joe or something. So he obviously took it well, but I mean, Tatum kisses his hand after every three, and IQ does. He's got a couple different 3-point sellies going on, but man, I just can't stand Missoula. And
listen, Joe, sauce for the goose, but no sauce for the gander. You dish it, you gotta take it.
Oh man, Jaylen Brown on a podcast after they won saying, Joe basically said, like, we're gonna play like orcas this year and hunt like orcas, and that's like the identity of our team. Like, okay, like
orca hunting.
Oh man,
I like it. Okay.
Do not like Joe Missoula. Anyway, moving on.
Go play with the kids.
Yeah, okay. Brooklyn Nets game. Definitely a more enjoyable watch, even though it actually got like really close and the Nets had the lead late in the game. Some first thoughts I had. MPJ, it's just the perfect net, man. Looks perfect in that jersey. Yeah, dude. Like, he is. He's gonna have unlimited shot attempts. He's he is gonna cook in Brooklyn, and they're gonna win, 15 games. But God bless you, Michael, because you're gonna, you'll probably put up your career high in points. So good on you, man.
Is Michael gonna be a net at the end of the year?
Yes, hell yeah. It's funny.
He'll be a lifer now. He's locked in. He made it to the level.
It's so funny, dude. When I was making some mock trades, I tried to cook up an MPJ one. A, it didn't work, and B, fuck him, because I don't want him on the team. Yeah. And C, there's just no way the Raptors go into the Porter family business again after that dumb fuck Jonte or whatever. So, like, it would never happen, but just, like, for the sake of discussion. And Michael, enjoy Brooklyn, man. Enjoy your 19 wins and cash those checks, dude, because I'm glad you already have your ring.
Well, that, and there's also a lot of good podcast candidates out in Brooklyn, I hear. That boy a big mouth.
Pray for those Brooklyn women, man, because they'll have some Andrew Tate to listen to if Michael brings them home with him. That boy.
He's got to bet him, man. It's the only way he knows how.
These goddamn 8 Brooklyn Nets rookies, and MPJ is one of their vets. It's just.
Don't forget about Cam.
Oh yeah, Cam, qualifying offer Cam. He'll be trying to make his money this year. Yeah, Zach Lowe, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Anyway. Wait, Jordy, I know I have 4 guys on me, but I can make that shot. I practiced that shot. Okay. All right, man. Cam, God bless you, dude. Anyway, back to the game. I thought Shed had a great sequence, and I thought I think Jamal Shed is just a great backup point guard, man. Mm-hmm. He's going to get in your grill. He's going to do all the dirty shit. There's a sequence from the Nets game where he went steal, forced a legal screen, and blocked a 3 all in the span of a couple of minutes. I'm like, that is just the perfect Jamal Shed sequence. IQ got hot from 3. Love seeing that because we're going to need that spacing a ton this year. I have another Mamu note. I was just impressed again with some of his drives, man. Like, obviously Nicky Clax is, not the biggest deterrent down there. I know his block numbers are okay, but, I don't think he scares really anyone. And Mamu had a couple nice finishes.
He did.
And then BI, why we got him, closeout games. Like we talked about, Scotty is not the guy late in games to want that pull-up 2 or that isolation play, and BI hit a pull-up ISO 3 for the game winner. That, I think, is... And it was his welcome Brandon Ingram night. That was the theme of the game. So that was great. His first time playing in Toronto in the Scotiabank crowd. I've loved that he's already said, like, it's so cool in Toronto how the stadium's, like, full every game. Wasn't like that in New Orleans. I think he's really embraced being here, and... it was awesome seeing sort of the concept of our idea with that trade like coming to fruition, albeit in a preseason game.
Mm-hmm. And just a little side note here to reference our previous pods. Mogbo, 8 minutes in the Celtics game and 1 minute in the next game. So I think you were onto something. Maybe he's not going to get some playing time in the regular season.
Yeah, him and Jacoby look like the odd men out because I think Darko did the rotations sort of like the season during the Nets game, and Jacoby and Mobo were definitely they didn't see much of the floor. I'm not a Mobo guy. I'm not mad about that. I like Jacoby, obviously. Like I'm definitely still in on him. But honestly, dude, like if those are your 11th and 12th men, like we talked about our depth, like it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Last couple things I want to say. I know the final score was close, but there's just no excuse to not take minimum 3 of 4 against Brooklyn this year. They are going to be a tough if Brooklyn Nets fans exist, and I'm not sure that they do because I've been to Barclays Center for a Nets game each of the last 2 years. That's a Liberty Stadium. That's not a Nets stadium or arena, excuse me. And it is going to be a long season for the Brooklyn Nets because wow, they are, half the team's rookies, so it's just going to be a lot of development and MPJ and Cam Thomas, and I just don't know if that. I don't think that's going to be a very fun season for them.
Don't forget about our boy Terrence Mann.
Oh my God, I saw
another great trade by Brooklyn in the offseason.
Oh my! And they just waived Kobe Buffkin too, so like even their little like
the only asset they got.
Let's take a flyer. Let's take a flyer on a young guy, but
another young guy. Even though we have
once you draft 5 rookies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, we have all our mints for 2025, but let's also bring in Kobe Buffkin, who couldn't see the floor in Atlanta. Like, Sean Marks, dude. I don't know, man.
Not sure what's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
At
least they got their picks.
Yes. Overarching Scotty theme. I know we've touched on it. Finished preseason shooting 35.6% field goal. And this is with him popping off this game. We didn't really mention that yet. I think he finished with like 31, a lot of drives, a lot of free throws. Obviously, process much, much better. So very much needed to see. Obviously, still finishes the preseason not with good overall numbers, but hopeful that he can carry this sort of performance into this week and into the regular season.
I wonder if if they talk before the game and BI's like, hey, like, get your shots up this game. We'll take a secondary role.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Even in the preseason, I've kind of felt like some games are like, okay, let's get BI going here. Let's this is why we brought you, but okay. Here's a good question: who do you think will average more points this year, Scotty or RJ?
I mean, from what we've seen, I think no doubt in my mind is RJ. I also think RJ is required to score more in order for us to be successful than Scotty. So yeah, I'll say RJ point blank, but I wouldn't be surprised if Scotty is equalizing or even slightly above at some point in the season.
Scotty or IQ? Just points.
I
think pretty even. Like I don't really have a lean.
Yeah, I would say even. I would say if Bino's out or late game scoring, I'd probably look to IQ, to be honest with you, because I think he can do more in terms of initiating playmaking responsibilities, and then also he has like his jumper is obviously much better than Scotty's.
Right.
And like RJ drives, Scotty drives. They score similarly. I think in terms of space in the floor, I want the ball in IQ's hands, and then maybe he can decide who and what he does with it. But
really,
yeah,
I'd want it in Scotty's to like create a play if it's a time in the game,
to win the game.
If it's a time in the game when it's gonna be like that ISO Ingram play, and we just need a bucket, If we don't have Ingram, then yeah, I'm like an RJ something or like whatever. But I think the cool thing with our team, especially our starting 5 this year, is we just went through Scotty, BI, IQ, and RJ. And those are four guys who could conceivably average, like, 18 to 25 points in Ingram's case. Like, I think that's pretty cool for our starting five this year.
I think part of the reason why we brought IQ in from the OG trade was to relieve Scotty from ball handling. Because I don't think Scotty's a great ball handler, if I'm being honest. He's a good playmaker, but I don't want him dribbling a ton. I think in the post, or you give it to him, just at the top of the arc, he can facilitate, but yeah, I don't want him dribbling a whole lot. And it's just his body. He's 6'9", he's a big guy. He's still a little bit like awkward in the way that he moves, and I think that'll always be part of him. Like, some bigger guys will just never really become fluid, which is fine, but yeah, I'd love to see what they do when they give it to him down the stretch, because yeah, how else IQ is our only true ball handler, and then of course Ingram can also play make. But yeah, I don't want the ball in Scotty's hands to
yeah, I mean, like we've talked about, ideally it's Ingram, and we saw that here. We're just sort of talking if he's out, where it would go, but yeah, great proof of concept, and hopefully sign of things to come with that Ingram ISO just pull up three to win the game. So that was great. Anything else on Brooklyn and the preseason as a whole, or are you good to move on?
I'm good to move on. Just one last thing. How many threes do you want Scotty shooting in the game? In a regular
Great
game?
question. I think it's going to depend on how he's shooting it this year. And okay, so this is a good transition to. So basically, I went through the starting five and sort of highlighted one stat for each guy that I think is going to be important this year. So swing stats sort of is the idea. And I was going to ask you like over under, but like I think if these numbers go over, then we're going to be having a successful good year. And the Scotty one I have is Scotty shooting 31% from three, which he's only done once in his career. Last year it was like 27. It was terrible.
Yeah.
His career high was 34. That would be really good. But I think if Scotty is 31, 30, even like 32, I don't know, 3 threes a game, like not a high number, man.
But then it's like, he's Draymond. Like, it's like you give him the shot if you live in, like, you let him beat you on making a three. And then at that point, it's like, do I want to settle for a Scotty three then? Like, are teams respecting him on the perimeter? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to put a guy out there and guard him on the perimeter. Like,
no, he's not shot it well enough. Enough.
Honestly, I'd only maybe one a game if he's wide open just to keep it consistent. But in the practice, I need to see it first. I need to know that you're able to hit this shot before I want you shooting more, because we're trying to win this year. This isn't an experimental year like last year was. So,
right.
I would say like under 1.5 threes a game for Scotty, and I'm solid. And until he can, consistently hit it open.
If he's shooting it like shit again from three, it's gonna be a number like that where it's like you can get one, and if you make it, you can shoot it again. It's not. Will not have, and I hope he doesn't think like that doesn't need to be a part of his game for him to be a really effective, awesome player for us this year. No. It's like sort of a gravy thing. We don't need it.
It's probably the weakest part of his game. It is
the
weakest part of his game. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Other swing stats I have. These two I'll do together because I did the same number. Ingram/Pirtle playing 60 games this year. Ingram has only done that once in the last 4 years. Pirtle hasn't done that for us since he's come back from San Antonio. I think if Ingram and Pirtle are on the floor over 60 times this year, I think we'll. I don't know if we'd make the playoffs outright, but I think that 6th seed, like, we'd be close.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I wonder how much of the time Pirtle's side out since coming back from San Antonio with us was due to our dynamic of trying to lose, or if that was genuine like injuries. I know he has.
We're gonna find out this year.
Yeah, and same thing with Ingram, man. Like, that New Orleans team was just such a dumpster fire after the first year when they made the playoffs.
They're just cursed. That franchise is just cursed, man.
So I don't know how much of that was really attributed to true injuries. Like, the guy sat out 4 months for an ankle sprain last year. So
I remember.
Of course, there's
Yeah.
like whatever.
I remember
whatever's
Brian Windhorst was just getting on us about how shamelessly we were tanking last year, like rightfully so. He's like, Brandon Ingram, he's been out 4 months with an ankle sprain in Toronto. It's just, I love Windy, man.
It's the longest ankle sprain of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think, and great point about, like, I'm definitely interested to see how many injuries were little, like, knickknacks in the last couple of years when we just said, take the week. Oh, a little paper cut on your finger? Have 2 games off, like, definitely. Scotty only played 65 last year because he wanted to get the 65 number to be, like, in contention for the awards and stuff. Yeah. I don't really know why. Like,
I think there's also
the Levy Scotty, but
well. Yeah.
Well, he's already on his max. I don't know if he had like bonuses or anything.
I'm not sure. Qualified,
but like, Scotty, I love you, but like your stats, the 65 games weren't gonna get you any accolades last year, and they didn't. So yeah, okay. Last 2 I have. IQ 6 assists per game has never done this in his career. Has never done it in his career, man.
Yeah, well, the first time he's actually given the ball, also starting. Like the Knicks came off the bench.
But is he
gingerly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he, when he gets the ball? Go on.
No, I just think this is the first time in his career he's been given the starting position with a half decent team around him, and I think he knows now that his role is to facilitate. Because mind you, he was on the Knicks team pre-Brunson, so they had other guys. Obviously, Brunson's like the lead playmaker now on that team, and he was coming off the bench. I think they looked to him more for scoring, but this is the year where we have scorers, we have a little bit of shooting. He should be the main facilitator. He's the true one. You're supposed to be the main playmaker. So I think he's got to be over this year.
I definitely like your point about we have the scoring. Like RJ and Ingram, they're trying to put the ball in the hoop. Actually, Ingram is like an underrated passer. He's averaged like 5 assists. I mean, so I shouldn't say he's just trying. I mean, that's his main thing. Scotty's obviously looking to play make. IQ's like stretching the floor is going to be huge, but if the situation isn't like, if that's not there, or if he's said since he's come here, he's been excited to showcase his playmaking stuff a bit more. And I'm definitely curious to see. I'm with you. I think 6 assists is definitely attainable. We've got a lot of talent, man. We got a lot of talent this year, and I think if he gets that, and he, I didn't do the games played with him because like we've talked about that already. But if he can play consistent number of games and really show off his playmaking chops this year, I think that'd be a really big boon for our team.
Like what's the let me ask you something. What's the average highest assist leader on a team average?
Well, do I have Trae Young or do I have Cam Thomas?
No, you have, like a team that like the Wizards. Like who's averaging the most assists on the Wizards this year?
My Wiz?
Yeah. And this isn't even
McCollum?
from maybe McCollum, right? Like the guy's been averaging around 5, 6, and this is more of a
Bilal when he's back. I don't know. Bub Carrington?
Bub? Possibly. Anyways, my point is someone's got to get assists on the team, and if not IQ, then who? I just can't see Bino averaging more than him. So, yeah, you hope that IQ is taking that responsibility a little bit more in stride.
Yeah, I'm with you. If all these guys care about their stats, with RJ and Brandon, they're going to be, I'd probably guessed our 2 biggest like points per game guys. Mm-hmm. If Quick wants to make his like Mark Felt in the box score more, I think passing the ball is going to be really big for him this year.
No doubt.
Okay. Last one I have, and this isn't a big one, but just one I want to highlight. RJ Barrett, with us, has shot 63% from the line, and with the Knicks, he shot 72%. So there is like, he's probably never going to be a great free throw shooter, but there is room for an improvement with us. Like he's shown literally 10% better in his career. I I'd like it to get closer to 70. Do I think this is, a make or break stat for us? No. I think RJ's game is pretty like solidified in what he's trying to do. I think on the defensive end, he's going to be big for us this year as well. But I just think like that's a one when I'm like, I know he's shown there's more there, and it'd be nice if that number got closer to his New York days.
I agree. And just to build off what you said, it's not like 65% is awful for his position. I think that's got to be one of the lowest in the league. And it's not like he doesn't go to the line. He's shooting about 5.5 free throws.
Dude, he's a great slasher. Like he's great at getting to the rim. I know. Yeah.
And he goes, so having that percentage is just killing us. I don't know why the drop from New York. I don't know if it's the Canadian air.
Like 10% with someone who gets to the rim as often as he does, like he's gonna get to the line. 10% is not insignificant. Like that's like
it's
kind
huge.
of a
it's huge,
it's kind of a big percent. Yeah.
100%. If he can get to 75, I think that's a great number.
Okay. What if let's get to 70 first.
The guy's shooting.
He's never done it.
His
average.
I just don't understand how he's that bad.
And he can shoot threes well too. Like I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how it could be that bad. I think it's just a matter of reps and.
Oh really? You don't think RJ Barrett's shot a cajillion free throws in his career?
Like how the hell is the guy shooting 65%, but yet he's shooting like 37% from the beyond the arc? Like I don't get it.
It's a great question, man. I don't get. I'm not a coach. I don't know like technique and all that shit, but. I'm looking at the numbers. He has more in the tank at the line, and I'd love it if it could get closer to his New York average this year.
I mean, sometimes you see like 3-point snipers, like Dunk Rob's a good one, lights it up from beyond the arc, not a great free throw shooter. And sometimes you see that just because the way their mechanics are. But RJ is not like he changes a whole lot from shooting threes. Like it's the same form. So and he's not a 3-point specialist per se. Odd.
Yeah, so not a huge stat, but just one I kind of wanted to highlight for an area RJ can improve on that he's shown in his career that he can do. So I think if he could do that, that'd be pretty beneficial to our team this year.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, shall we jump into our mock trades?
I've been waiting for this segment.
So for those who don't know, this is like me and Dan's favorite thing. Whenever someone like Sham says like so and so wants a trade or this guy could be of it, like we just we'll text like through a bajillion packages. So we love this shit. Like we like the ESPN trade machine. Like we like going through the cap and what can work and stuff like that. Okay, so I have 3. We're slightly above the first apron right now, yeah? We're a tax team at the moment.
Yeah.
We're just slightly above. On the trade machine it says we're like $3 million above. So I had kind of a couple goals in mind with the trades. Obviously, get a great player, and also all of my trades gets us below the first apron. So we are sending out more money than we're taking in and gets us below, because I think that should be a goal this year. We are not a title contending team at this moment in time. I don't love paying the tax. You look at the Celtics, Porzingis, Giroux, Horford, all gone. And they're honestly, there's rumors they're going to, they're still above, dude. They're still above because there's rumors they're going to dump Simons to like get fully under during the year. So yeah. So I sort of told you this off air, but basically I have the obligatory trade, the trade that I don't think, okay, I'm going to preface this by saying these are all for huge players. I don't think any of these will happen, even though it's the NBA, but, it's also Bobby Webster's first year, as we talked about last pod. Will he want to make a huge swing? I don't know. And I would guess if we're in a position to buy, he'd want to make a move on the margins. But we're also in a position, like we've talked about with our depth, where a consolidation trade actually makes a lot of sense, going to like a 3-for-1 or something like that. Okay. So the first trade, and I'll get this one out of the way just because it's just going to be constantly in the rumor mill this year. But I'm picking up the phone and dialing John Horst up in Cheesetown, Milwaukee.
Interesting.
And I'm saying, John, let's be honest. The Dame thing was stupid. You really had no reason to do that. You really think Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma are going to convince Giannis to sign that next extension? He's not going to. He's already putting little breadcrumbs saying, I'm a human. I can change my mind in 6 months. And I am going to give you a franchise cornerstone in Scotty Barnes. And just because I like you so much and we have fond memories of beating you guys in the semis, you can also have RJ and 2 firsts. And all you have to do is give us Mr. Greek. What do you think of that? And who says no?
I think it'd be a miracle trade for us if he bites on that.
Is the Scotty stock? Is the Scotty?
We've seen him do stupider things, so it's not out of the realm of possibility, I suppose. But I just can't imagine that's the best package that he's going to get.
Is Scotty on this contract? Is Scotty he is an asset, I would think, on the market. Even though, Bill Sim always says, "Oh, Scotty at that number? No, I'm good. I'm good on that one." And
you know what, Sam? A lot of guys are shifting their opinion to what Bill's thinking as well. And I can't say
it's a big year for Scotty. It's a big year for Scotty.
Yeah. Holy shit. I think he immediately hangs up the phone, and I think he'd probably say, "I'd take another $50 million of dead cap before I make that trade." So, I can't see that. I like the idea. I don't think we have any of the pieces, to be honest, of what Milwaukee's even looking for. So
if they're not Scotty people, it's a not. And if any Texas team, and that's if they want to get their paws on Giannis, their packages will be better than us. Yeah. I also I love Giannis. Would a Giannis, Ingram, Quick, Pirtle core be a championship contender? I don't know. The East is the East, but I don't know. I'm kind of good to not get into Giannis business at this point. He's a lot older than Scotty. Obviously an unreal player, and I would have killed for him before he signed his latest extension when we were in the rumors with Masai being this special figure in Giannis's life. This one just had to put it out there because the Giannis rumor mill is going to be going crazy this whole year. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure at some point you'll hear another team to keep an eye on, the Toronto Raptors. And this would be the kind of package it would take. It would be if they like Scotty and then RJ to make the money work and then pick capital, whatever. I did too. It's probably more than 2, especially if they're not high on Scotty. But yeah, that's the first one. Just wanted to throw out there into the nether.
Sure.
Don't love it, and like you said, he's hanging up right away. But if we're in the Giannis talks, this is what it would likely be.
I think our best chance at getting Giannis, and this is just beneficial for both sides, is through free agency because he has this one last year that he gets traded by Milwaukee wherever he ends up.
Is it? I don't think he's on his last deal. His last year.
I thought that he signed a player option, and it was going to be. Let's double check this.
No, 27-28, dude.
But does he not have a player option this year?
No.
No player option. Okay. Then you know what?
So I think 27-28 is a player option.
Yeah, it is.
The next 2 are not.
Yeah.
So they have him for 2 more years.
Never mind then. Scrap it. I was wrong. So yeah, I think the only chance we'd be able to get him is probably through free agency because I think Toronto is an attractive destination for him. Obviously, the ties with Masai, multicultural city. He probably has friends here, stuff like yada yada. His brother was in the organization at one point in time. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Big.
Also, are you? I'm getting a note. Your battery's less than 20. Do you have your charger near you, just so we don't get cut off again?
I do. Yep.
Okay, great.
Oh, good.
Do you want to go to your first one, or while you're plugging that in, do you want me to go to my second? Okay.
Yeah, I can go to my first, and then I'll scoot over and grab the charger.
Sure.
So, I'm calling up the Kings, and I'm saying...
Oh, God. I don't want it already. There's literally no one on the Kings, especially after that Keegan extension, that I want.
Well, hang on. You guys are a dumpster fire franchise, and you kind of have like veterans that are at the end of their career. So let's take your better players and leave those guys for you guys. So here's RJ, the Greatster, and a top 20 first round protected with like Baji attached for Keegs and Malik.
No, I'm good, bro. Keegan at that money. He just signed the extension. I,
But unloading RJ's contract for Keegs is
what does that
I mean,
do?
they're the same
What does
age.
that do for us?
It
Like,
gets
I
a
like the
stretch four.
Keegan fit. Yeah, I like the Keegan fit. I want to
That's
stretch
the
for.
That's the only reason
I
why.
know.
And of course, I love Malik. I actually think Malik will be a great addition to us. He's a shooter. The Kings asked him to play make last year. That's not his role. He's a scorer. He stretches the floor. That's what we need him for. A nice punch off the bench. And mind you, like you said, we have all these young guys that aren't getting playing time. I'm okay with parting with Grady. To be honest, I need to see more.
I don't know. We haven't really. We didn't talk about him today. I've liked what I've seen preseason Grady wise. To be honest.
Okay. Well, we'll see if that translates. But
Yeah.
it's more of a win now move, obviously. Like unloading.
But like,
Unloading
what does that
Grady.
do, man? Like, I like the fit.
I think it fit. The
but
fit's
like,
better.
yeah, no, I like the fit. But Keegan now is not on like a friendly contract. He got a good amount of money.
Let him grow into the contract. In 2 years' time, the cap goes up. This is looking like a pretty average.
Also, did you
contract
say
or
we're
something.
putting in Grady in that trade? Like, honestly, at the numbers, I'd probably rather Grady than Malik Monk with our roster. right now.
Wow, really?
Grady's not making much, dude, and like Malik,
Malik's not a bad
I
contract
like.
at all.
It's not a bad contract, but like you could never play him and Quickly together. They're just gonna
No,
get
but you don't
roasted
want
on
to. You
defense
wouldn't-
every time.
No, of course not. But you won't. You don't. You wouldn't want to. Excuse me. You wouldn't want to do that. He's a guy's.
I like the idea. Yeah, I like your idea of Keegan as like the stretch four. You know, I've wanted that. I've really wanted Cam Johnson this summer. But for me, if I'm a Raptor, I'm good. I'm good on Keegan and
fair
Malik.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay.
Next one. This one, I would say, would be shocked if this happens. And I only am saying this because there was a little buzz about it this week. I can't explicitly remember if it was someone besides Kendrick Perkins. I'm really hoping it was, because if I just made this because of fucking Kendrick Perkins, that's really embarrassing for me. But I am calling Pat Riley in South Beach. And I'm saying, Pat, it's time to reset. Like a Tyler Harrow, Norm Powell, Bam core, that's no way to do business in South Beach for Heat culture. You're going to go star hunting. Giannis and Jokic, their contracts are up in a couple years. We all know that's what you're clearing out space for.
Is this what I think it is?
Both those players, like, are we really going to saddle them with Bam? Like, that's going to be really clunky in the paint there. So I'm going to take Bam and Simone Fontecchio off your hands, and you're going to get RJ, Jakob Poeltl, and 3 firsts from us.
Unprotected?
Unprotected.
Wow. So you want to exchange our only 7-footer for another 6'9" guy?
Caveat or counter, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
No, of course.
Significant upgrade on Poeltl.
Defensively significant? I mean,
Significant.
He's probably a tier
Yes.
above, but I don't think it's like substantial.
No, I think Bam
Offensively,
is...
I think it's great.
No, I think it's a bigger upgrade on defense.
Wow.
I think Bam's a top 10 defender.
I don't think Poeltl is that far off from being a top 10.
Poeltl's good. It's fine, but Bam's like a superstar defense. Like I love Bam. I actually I don't know if Miami has any interest in.
Where do you put Bam in centers?
What do you mean?
Defensive centers. Like where do you put him, like, top?
Like
Rudy's
Rudy
better.
Wemby Bam. Like number 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think off the top of my
If
head.
Joel's
I'm trying-
healthy, is he better?
No.
Defensively, you don't.
I don't think we'll ever see healthy defensive Joel again. Like
Yeah,
offense, so you can probably get away, but I don't know if we'll ever see defensive Joel.
Yeah, you're probably right. It is.
I think unless Pat Riley's a stubborn motherfucker and he probably waving the white flag even to get space and stuff for superstar hunting. But yeah, I would love for Bam to be in a Raptors jersey. I don't know how
wonder,
feasible that is, but yeah.
what's the benefit of having RJ for them? RJ.
No, that's just cap. That's just money.
It's just throwing. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it gets
So
us
it's
below the
pretty much-
apron as well.
And then, sorry, who else was going out for us?
Fontecchio, but just to make the money work.
No, that's who we're bringing in, isn't it?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
RJ and
it
Pirtle
was
for Bam Fontecchio.
Pirtle, right? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 firsts. Is Bam okay? Let's just say like caps doesn't exist. Is 3 firsts for Bam an adequate offer?
For
Unprotected.
for Miami to
Just-
consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What's he?
I think
30 now? Is Bam
you can't. I don't
30 now?
think 2 would get it done at all.
No, definitely not. You need 3.
Yeah.
I just think 3
Yeah.
unprotected first in our situation is a little bit dicey.
Well, we have all our picks, man. Like at least when Messiah left, it wasn't like with no assets left. Like we have
Yeah.
everything. I think it's interesting, and
No,
I
actually
think
really like your thinking on that. I really like that trade.
if you go quickly Grady, Scotty, Bi, Bam, like to me that's pretty interesting.
It's a
That's
shame
really
that
interesting
RJ
to me.
It is. No, I think it's provoking, but I think the thing that's unfortunate is that RJ's just cap filler and his value isn't even really translated in that trade. Do you know what I mean?
But does he have value? Does he have any value?
the
Is he
right-
worth
so
a first? I don't think he's worth a first.
He's worth a protected
I don't know.
first, I would say.
Yeah, some shitty.
His
I don't
contract
know,
doesn't do him
like-
any favors, but I think
Yeah.
to the right team they would pay a fair enough amount. We'll have to see how he plays this year. If he can.
The only
free throw
reason Miami would do this, and this has been part of the reporting, is they have their eyes on 2027.
know-
Giannis and Jokic
yeah,
are free
if they
agents,
have
right?
some
Like,
sort of if they know.
there's no if they want to keep piddling around in the play-in, there's no reason to do this trade. If they want to fully pivot, that's why they'd maybe think about it.
But okay, when does RJ and Pirtle expire? Like, how much are they saving in cap, giving us Bam?
I think Pirtle would be on the books. He just got that extension, but for that summer, RJ would not be.
Wow, I didn't. So, it's already been that long since the Knicks gave him
Yeah.
that contract.
I think RJ's got
It's 4 years, right?
two more. I
Right
know
at the
he was
time,
also he was up for an extension. Like the deadline that happened yesterday, we could have extended RJ. We didn't, and people said there's really no rush to. I think Michael
Yeah.
Grange said that, so it's more of a next year thing. But yeah, RJ is not I think it's 2 years left.
I really like your
So, yeah.
thinking because also they have Khalil Ware ready to take over
Mm-hmm.
as the new center,
Mhm.
and Harrow fits the.
I don't know about
timeline more.
takeover because Bam is awesome.
They played
but-
alongside each other. We've seen it.
Yeah. No, and this is I think I know we defended well in the second half, but that was against some really bad teams, and if we struggle defensively, a Bam trade might be wishful thinking, but I think that'd be an awesome help.
No, I actually
Okay.
really like that. That's provoking. And
Yeah.
maybe if bits and pieces change throughout the trade if
Yeah.
it ever gets done. But yeah, I think the foundation's there. That's interesting. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
My second one is we're gonna go back to Bino's former team and say
Oh, this might be my third one. This might be my favorite.
It probably isn't. Although I think
Oh.
my third one might be your third one.
Okay.
So we're gonna say, hey Joe, how about Jacoby and
Wait.
Oh,
Do you want my first round pick? Oh wait, sorry.
Sure.
I didn't even offer anything yet, but sure.
Can I have your limb too, Joe? How far are you willing to go?
Wait, Joe, are you sure no protection? I'm not mishearing you? Troy Weaver, how did you get here? How did you get here too?
You guys did such a good job in Detroit. We figured we'd bring you.
Oh, Troy, we saw you in Detroit and we just knew we had to have you.
That Monty
God
signing
bless
is some
the
of your best
Pels.
work.
God bless the Pels, man. Those guys. Anyways, continue.
So
Yeah.
here's Jacoby and here's O'Shea with 3 second rounders, and we can take an injury riddled Herb Jones off your hands.
Okay, so it's a Jacoby play. Who'd you say, Jacoby and who?
O'Shea. Ochai.
I mean, the 3 seconds is like, why even include
Just
that?
throw
I don't
in.
know.
Because he loves picks. He makes him feel like he's compensating for that fuck up with Atlanta.
Would Herb start
Cap
for us?
works. I don't know if he would or wouldn't, but do I think it's an upgrade and we unload some of the younger guys and get rid of like?
It's an upgrade. Yeah. Like, I'm interested to see Ochai. Ochai's a guy we've rarely talked about.
Yeah. But that's the thing, Sam. He's not going to get playing time on this team.
I think he will. I think he'll have a role off the bench.
It's insignificant, 7, 8, 10 minutes. Like, he's not going to be.
No, I think he'll get high teens, low 20s.
So more than CMB?
Close to the same. Like, I think they'll play a lot together.
Yeah.
Like, I really like Herb. I don't know. I feel like the Pels could do better for that. I think Herb's got a lot of fans in the NBA. I think his game is a playoff game. You saw it with OKC last year, just hellacious defenders, man. Like, that shit's going to play. I think they could beat that offer from us. I'd love Herb Jones.
You think they can beat that for Herb?
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could get a first for Herb. I do. A good one.
He's been injured for quite a bit, though.
That's the whole thing. If you get them out of New Orleans.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I would love to see him and Scotty side by side. Like, defensively, that would just be so filthy.
Does he shoot it well enough from three?
I remember he was hitting threes, and then there was 1 year he shot like a high percentage, and then he started taking a lot more the next year, and it plummeted. So
yeah, he shot 31% from three last year, but he only played 20 games. The year before, he played 76 and shot 42%.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't think that's enough. I also don't know do you know his contract number?
It's a pretty favorable, like, it
is team friendly, right? I kind of remember that. It's very team
friendly. It's 3 years, $68 million. So it's a little over 22. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an upgrade on Ochai. It just kind of depends on your Jacoby stock and how much you think you believe in that for us and the Pels. I don't hate that one. I like that one a lot better than your Kings one, for sure.
Keeks.
Okay. My next one, and like I kind of teased, and this might be yours, I guess, but we're sticking with our guy Joe in the Bayou. And we are saying, Joe, let's be honest, like, there's no need to let Trey Murph rot away in the Bayou any 1 second longer. He's close with BI. We're gonna see, Joe. We see your vision from last year, and we're gonna recreate it in the aggregate up in Toronto. And you're gonna receive 3 firsts. You're gonna get back into your draft capital along with a great slasher in RJ Barrett. And just to make it even better and to finally get Zion some veteran leadership, have Garrett Temple too. And it's just going to work great for both. Trey is going to come in, and we will not forget about you during the parade, Joe, because Trey is going to be a huge part of it.
Yeah, that's close to mine. That's definitely close to mine.
Was it Trey?
It was Trey. It was Trey.
I fucking love Trey Murphy, man. However, I want him so badly.
I love Trey. I didn't have the vet leadership that Garrett Temple offers.
Dude, that was to make that was to get us below the first 8.
I know. Oh, okay, I see. I had CMB.
And I didn't want to include if I'm doing 3 first. Yeah, see, but if I'm doing 3 first, I don't want to include one of our young guys. So have fucking Garrett.
But that's what I was. Would you rather? I think I'd rather have my picks because this is still an experiment. It's not a guarantee that Trey's gonna like lift us to.
True, but I'm high on. I want to see CMB, dude. Like I
want to see CMB. But then you also look at like he just gave fucking a pick and a half for 2 picks for Derek Queen, who doesn't even know his last name. Like I think he's high on young guys, and like I think he's in the middle of a rebuild that the Pelicans don't know about. So they still have Zion to unload. Like he's somehow thinking,
God bless New Orleans, dude.
I think you can ship any young guy to him, and Joe thinks that the value is 2 times what it actually is.
Trey Murphy is just such a stud and exactly who I want. He's literally my ideal guy. Obviously, I tried doing marketing. The number's just too big for sort of the contracts we have. He's at 46. Like, that's huge.
Yeah, it's insane.
Trey's number's a lot smaller. I know, like, Pels had BI and Trey, and it got them fucking nowhere. That franchise is cursed. Look at Dyson Daniels. As soon as he got out of there, what a stud. Yeah. We're going to recreate. We're going to be New Orleans North, and Trey is going to fit like a glove in our starting 5. And
I agree.
Man, that's a home run for me, for Bobby, if Trey Murphy's ever a Toronto Raptor.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I think we had the same mindset there with Trey. I actually would love to see him at the 2. We go big. Bino at the 3.
What?
Scotty 4.
Dude, Trey's like 6'11". I know the Rockets are starting KD at the 2 tonight, but like.
So you want to go Bino at the 2? Like, how would they make that lineup?
Scott, like, well, Scott, again,
they're all big. Like,
I know, but again, I have told you, my ideal of Scotty is like the Ben Simmons light role. Like, that's what I want. I know you're not high on his ball handling and stuff, but if it's him and IQ and then BI and Trey as your wings, to me, I'd love to see how that would look.
Does that come with the pigment in the back, or is that separate?
Okay, do you have it? That was your last one too, right? Was Trey?
That's it. Yep. Same one. Yeah. I just had C and B, and I took away 2 picks.
Right.
So,
man, Trey Murphy would just be. I'd love you forever, Bobby. Yeah. We'll touch on mock trades again closer to the trade deadline, and especially when we know sort of more needs for our team. We're sort of just big game hunting right now, and we don't really know what flaws we're going to have and what surpluses we have an idea. Right. And then what teams are worse than they think, who might be more open to trading. Like, as you see, most of our teams, you can have like a little avenue of why they might sell. So yeah, we kind of, when we get closer to the deadline, we'll definitely hit on more and create more and talk more through that. But that's our first mock trade opening salvo for the season as a whole. Couple notes, just quick. Jakob can't be traded until 2026 with his extension. So if he's in a trade, I doubt it because he's so vital to our team this year. He can't be moved till later in the year. Okay, we're at over an we're at over an hour. So just quickly, my 2 hot takes, or I guess predictions. I'll say RJ will be traded. While I think it's not. I don't think he has to be because you are incorporating Ingram this year. It's definitely defensible to play out the year. You're Bobby. You're in your first year as the main decision maker. You're incorporating. I think BI's making the most money, or is it Scotty? Whatever. One of your 2 highest paid guys. You're incorporating for the first time this year. So it is defensible to not make a significant move and sort of add on the margins, like we'll talk about closer to the deadline. I will. While the fit looked a little better in preseason than I initially thought with the BI trade, I still have questions, obviously. I'm really excited to see in the next month, our first month of games, how it looks. So I do think RJ, unfortunately, might be the odd man out. I think it's awesome we have a Canadian who's actually a stud. It's not like a Tolkien Canadian like Boucher, even though love Chris, or Kem Birch, or Kelly Olynyk. Like, it's not some scrub. Like, it's a Canadian averaging. Who?
Kojo?
Yes. Yes. Indiana Pacer. Did he not play in like the finals last year? Like, I swear he had like a big yeah.
Well, wow. When Tyrese went out, he came in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool having a Canadian be like averaged over 20. And RJ said all the right things. He plays Team Canada. Seems like embraces the city. I have nothing bad to say about RJ. I just think fit-wise and money-wise, he might be the odd man out. So that I will say that, and I will say we will make the playoffs. I don't know if I'll say we'll escape the play-in altogether, but we will play a playoff series this year, and I don't think it'll be I think it'll go at least 6 games. If we win, I'd be pretty surprised. I feel like we'll be a lower seed. If all things go right, I think we could be a 4 or 5 seed, but that's really wishful thinking. So my two are RJ will get moved, and we will play a playoff series and have it go at least 6 games.
Wow. Okay. The playoff series one is ambitious, but I like it. I think it's definitely.
I think there's no reason not to make the playoffs this year. I'm not saying you have to avoid the play-in. Like, I know, I love Sam Vecini, and one of his hot takes was Raptors are gonna like make the playoffs and avoid the play-in altogether. So he's really high on them. I won't go that far, but I will say we will be playing a playoff series this year.
And if to go to 6,
at least 6. Yeah.
Just
yeah,
quickly
I don't think,
spitballing,
barring injuries and stuff.
It's either going to be
Orlando Cavs next.
Detroit.
Well, yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you have any
No.
ones? Or
No. I'm kind of riding with what you said. I'm sure as the season starts, I'll have a little bit more to go off of. I don't want to say anything up front right now, and then
right. Okay.
I watched the first game and I'm like, never mind.
Give me percentages, and we don't have to even talk about this, but percentages Ingram's an all-star and percentages Scotty's an all-star.
I'm going to say 40% for Bino, and I'm going to say 35% for Scotty. I don't think we'll have any all-stars this year, if I'm being honest. I think the East is actually...
If we're a top 6-7 seed come all-star time, we might have a case for one of them.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Bino 50-50. If he's averaging like 25 on good efficiency, it's hard to say no if we're a playoff team.
Yeah.
You usually want to.
And I love that for him, man. I think it's a huge prove-it year for Ingram this year. Yeah. Okay. Last thing, and this is something we're going to do every pod, is we're going to preview the next 2 games. So essentially what we're hoping to do is record every 2 games. So we have some games to go over and, touch on the league as a whole. Basically twice a week is our goal. So Atlanta on Wednesday, Milwaukee on Friday. Atlanta has no one listed as questionable or anything. Milwaukee has Gary Harris. If Gary plays or doesn't play, I don't know how impactful that will be either way. Like I said, Pirtle practiced, so I imagine he'll be there tomorrow. CMB did partial practice. I don't think he did contact stuff, so I'd be surprised if he plays tomorrow. I think he'll be out. But give me predictions on the first 2 games and how you think we're going to start the year.
Sorry, can you read off the two teams we're playing again?
Hawks Wednesday, Bucks Friday.
Bucks Friday.
So 2 teams that I have in
Yeah.
I know people are high on the Hawks, but these are teams that were close to tier-wise, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the Hawks are the same position as us, where it's a new team, lots of gelling going on. Although they have a little bit more continuity from last year. I like our chances against the Bucks better than the Hawks, if I'm being honest. I think the Hawks just are too deep. Yeah.
And they're at home.
They're at home. That's a big thing too, back in the A. And the Bucks, I think we'll see how this works. I don't think it's much.
Oh, you're higher on them than me, my man. You're the one who's high on them, not me.
I know. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see how the youngest pick and rolls with Miles and how impactful KPJ actually is going to be and a few other of the bench guys. But yeah, I mean, I think our bread and butter is going to be exploiting their front court. Their back court.
I mean, the fact that you just said, see how impactful KPJ is going to be, I think that says a lot for the current Milwaukee Bucks situation. I think Atlanta, not a great matchup for us, especially with KP out there. If he's on the perimeter, where's Jakob going to, is he on Jalen Johnson and, sort of hovering in the back end? I think Jalen Johnson can shoot it too. Yeah, but I don't think Okongwu's starting, man. I think they're starting KP and Jalen.
Interesting.
Obviously, they still have Trey, Dyson, Risache with Okongwu, Nikhil, Kennard off the bench. Atlanta, they're talented, man. They got a gel too. But I don't love the matchup with us and them. I think RJ will start on Trey. Yep. I don't know how that'll go. I mean, a lot of people can't do much with Trey. Jalen Johnson back. Jalen Johnson's an awesome player. And KP, I think, is going to be a nice add there, dude. I think he's going to be really helpful spacing the floor with some rim protection. And obviously Dyson Daniels incredible year last year and just got a bag.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
they have high expectations this year. I think they're going to come out firing tomorrow. I think we dropped that one. But when we come home on Friday against the Bucks, I think that's when we get back to even. I can't keep saying I'm low on the Bucks. I just don't see it this year. I do think, well, I don't know if Giannis will be traded at the deadline. I do think it's his last year there. Obviously, Giannis is going to put up his numbers Friday, and I love Turner. He was really good for Indy. But I really think our talent is just significantly better than the Bucks this year, and I think we get our first win Friday night in Toronto.
I think it'll say a lot if the Bucks do finish in the top 4 of the East about Giannis and how great he really is. I'll say that.
If the Bucks are a top 4 seed, Giannis is 1,000% a top 3 MVP candidate, and maybe it might be number 2 for him.
I mean, Russ won the MVP.
Has he won? How many has he won? Has Giannis won 2?
He's only got 1.
Whatever. Has he only got 1?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If he drags this dog shit team like far, yeah, good for him. Good for you, dude. And with 3 of the roster spots being Antetokounmpo's, because the Thanasis and Alex are also on the team. Wow.
Excuse me.
Dude.
He has 2. I was wrong. He went back to back in 2019-2020.
Yeah.
So
okay. So if they're a top 4 seed, I think he's got a legit case to be the MVP this year.
With Alex
all right.
and Thanasis alongside.
Yeah. Anything else to add, dude? Or we good to send it to the opening night tomorrow?
Opening night. Looking forward.
I can't wait, man. We're gonna finally have real games to break down. Our Jays led us here, so I haven't really been like, I can't wait for ball, because we've had the Jays. And actually, Friday we're gonna have Bucks, Raps, and Dodgers Jays in Toronto. They might even move the game time for the Raps like they did for the Leafs. Like, we'll see. Yeah. Toronto's gonna be a fucking zoo Friday night, dude. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be great. And I'm coming. My flight lands at noon on Friday, man. I'm gonna be backing down. I can't wait. Man.
Are you going to the game?
I'm trying, but if anyone else listening was in that fucking queue this morning, wow. It
you and the rest of Canada.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's a hot, rightfully so. It's a hot fucking ticket. So I will try and be there. No, if not, I'll have my eye on both games. But yeah, the good Toronto, and buckle up for Friday night, because it's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nothing else. If you want to take us out, Dan.
Sure. Enjoy. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Over and out.
Perfect. Over and out, man.